Good evening, everybody, and welcome back again to another live show on the channel. Yes, we are discussing that absolute boring football team at the moment, which is England, aka Gareth Southgate, as well. And we're going to discuss that about on tonight's show. Mason joining me as always. I presume, Mason, we've got some there'll be some very interesting stuff to talk about on tonight's show for sure.
Oh, there will be. Possibly, I'll probably have a few little rants, but yeah. Apart
Go
from
for
that,
it.
I'm doing all good.
Go for it. Go for it. Well, guys, if you do enjoy tonight's show, remember to hit the thumbs up. If you're brand new to the channel or if you're not yet subscribed and really enjoy the content going on this channel, please do hit that subscribe button. It is completely free to do so. And it does help make the channel grow as well. So there you are. And of course, remember to hit the bell notification to let you know on the day whether it's a live show or a pre-recorded video as well, to keep you notified as well. If you want to donate to the channel, super chats are available. Just hit the join button, and just hit the dollar sign if you want to donate to the channel. And if you want to become a member for just 99p a month, just hit that join button. And if you are become a member of this channel, you will be put into a prize draw as well. So if you want to be within a chance of that, just your chance to become a member. It's just for 99p as well. We'll dive into a few comments that have come out. Came in, sorry. Our Rob. Good evening, Rob. Hope you're well. He says he needs to go. He is rubbish. I couldn't agree more. He is certainly boring, negative, and yeah, we could go so much and so on, which we will do during the show as well. So you know. The Wolfman from Gladiators has arrived in the chat. Southgate out galanting. Oh wow. Big up PD says Chelsea, Mitchy boy. Hope you're keeping well. Yabba in the chat as well. Hope you're well, Yabba. And Ben says, hi, Pete and Mason. How are you? Southgate should have picked Pope and some better players. Pope I can maybe understand because he's a little bit off form. But against some of the other players that he could have picked, Ward Prowse, he's doing well at West Ham since joining there. He hasn't picked him. I think Sterling maybe starting to slightly rediscover his form at Chelsea. Not getting picked as well. But who do we get to see picked as always? And that's none other than Harry Maguire. But there you go. But anyways, we'll start off with that game against Ukraine on Saturday. I've got to say it was just boring, negative, bland, crap, whatever you want to call that style of football. I mean, we fell behind. I mean, who was picking Zinchenko up? I don't know. And he slotted in. It was a good goal from Kyle Walker to get us back in the game. But where's the urgency after that, Mason, to try and go win the game? It's Ukraine of all teams. They're not a fantastic side, to be honest. Look at what we did to them in the Euros. A couple of years ago. And we play like that against them on Saturday.
I mean, out of all the teams, no disrespect to Ukraine because they've got a few decent players, but it's a fucking force. I mean, no, I've just said no disrespect to Ukraine because they've got decent players. Like obviously Zinchenko was getting the crowd up. They still, I don't know if he was playing, but they've got I think they've still got Yarmolenko still playing for them. And obviously they've got Mikhailo Mudryk, but I don't understand why the England fans were saying that he was shit. He was fucking shit. I don't know why they were saying that for.
Yeah.
Because when he got subbed off. So yeah, and obviously, I thought that last half an hour what I seen because I was here at the South Shields game. I thought Ukraine were a much better side than England. They dominated more, pressed more. And I just had that gut feeling that they're going to score a winner. Luckily enough, they didn't, but I felt they should have got a winner because England didn't have one good chance to go out there and score a winner. Ukraine did. I felt like they should have won the game.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
Yep. I mean, we've got to look at the lineup again. I mean, again, Maguire's in there. Henderson still gets played. Maddison, but he's playing out on the left. Who's the number 10? And then you look at the substitutions as well. Foden, okay. I don't know. What does Foden have to do to get a start? Because I think that guy has got some bags full of talent, in my opinion. But take who came on in the second half for Maddison. But you look at the other substitution. Rashford, okay, I didn't mind. That wasn't a bad style. But the last substitution was Gallagher. Why not someone like Callum Wilson who could come on and change a game?
It's just something biased, isn't it? Gallagher, London boy. Southgate's a Watford boy. It's that southern favouritism, as you say.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't pick a player from Manchester. He didn't pick a player from Newcastle. So that's Coventry-based player.
Yep.
But he can't for a midfielder who has been in a shit Chelsea team, and he doesn't pick a player who's just won the Champions League with Man City.
Yeah,
it's honestly it's a joke.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to run through some more comments. Maguire, rubbish. England is a close shop. Southgate streams defence is dying. Maguire, good God Almighty.
Luckily enough, he didn't pick Maguire this time. I mean, not Maguire, Dyer.
No, he didn't. I got a question. Do you think we beat Scotland tomorrow?
Nope.
Not the way we play like that.
Nope. I've
The
got my reasons why as well.
Scotland are going to be up for this. Remember going back to the Euros a couple of years ago, the 0-0 draw. Look how they wanted that game more than what England did.
The reason why I think Scotland will win the Muller because you've seen them beat the Spanish.
Yep.
You've seen them obviously, and Cyprus, but they dominated Cyprus.
Mm-hmm.
And now they've got we're going about Scott McTominay, but I feel like he's a different player compared to playing for Man United. Obviously they've got McGinn, Gilmore's been a bright spot as well. Obviously Robertson's captain, and then if we have the chances, we need to take them well because I've got their goalkeepers up. One from the Championship, who's had a mixed start of the season in Angus Gunn. Robbie McCrory, who plays for Rangers, the Farmers League, and Xander Clark, who plays for Hearts. And yet another player from another goalie from the Farmers League. So yeah, I feel like if somehow we'll take shots on target, we need to take them well because their goalkeepers aren't as great as like England's. Because I think Angus Gunn will start tomorrow. He's had a mixed start of the season with Norwich.
Yeah, could well do. I mean, do you think he's going to keep that side the same on Tuesday, tomorrow night, Mason?
I think he's going to change it. I think he'll start Trippier.
Maybe.
I think he'll probably start. Yeah, again, it's his fan club. I think he is going to keep Keane, but I'll be happy if Callum Wilson starts.
Yep.
I think he's going to drop Pickford. I feel like you need to give Ramsdale a chance because when I seen that goal back, what he conceded, Pickford, he should have done a lot better for that. And I think he needs to.
I don't think it's his fault for that. I think you've got to look at the defending. No one picks Zinchenko up in the box at all. That's the thing for me. So I mean, yeah. But the fact is, who else could you look to say who deserves an England start? Lewis Dunk. Look how well he's done for Brighton.
Honestly, I would take him. I would start him over Harry Maguire.
Oh, you would, wouldn't you? What about Eze? Never got a chance to come off the bench against Ukraine as well. Brilliant for Crystal Palace.
There's another player. I mean, I feel sorry for the kid because he can play for either England or Nigeria. At this moment in time, I feel like he needs to play. I feel like he needs to play for Nigeria because he'll get games international in, international out if he plays for Nigeria. He's just wasting his international career playing for a manager like Southgate. He needs to go and play international in, international out playing for Nigeria because I feel like he needs to play games.
Again, you look at the other selection who he's called Calvin Phillips. The bloke's barely played for Manchester City.
I mean, it just doesn't understand. And Ian, I just want to put one of the messages I've just seen. Ian, I believe he's as his parents are from Nigeria, so that's how he can play for Nigeria. Sorry, I just had to answer that. So yeah, I feel like he needs to drop Calvin Phillips as well because he's already played this season.
Exactly. Thoughts on Cole Palmer's score for the England boys today? I didn't know about that. It's a bit of a joke that we've had two best youth talents in the world and neither of them starts exactly. Paul, hope you well. It's beyond madness. Absolutely. Imagine Foden and Bellamy in your Newcastle's team. Oh, we would love that one. Hi, says Andrew. Southgate should have been gone a long time ago. He should have been. Southgate is an utter fraud. Scotland will beat us, says Andrew. 4. Southgate out, Schofield in. Good God almighty. Because Wargate probs didn't want to win because of the war. Jesus. Oh. It's the thing Eddie Howe dreams of at night. Foden and Bellingham and Southgate is just no. Southgate got lucky draws in competition. Players don't play with any desire or hunger. You should die to put that England shirt on. You should do, absolutely. I hope Ryan Fraser scores for Scotland, says Ben Paul. Farmers Lee Mason, I hear there's a man from Berwick looking for you.
Aye, Satan. Oh, I forgot his name again.
Ian.
Aye, we've got his second name though. Because he supports Celtic as well.
Oh, yes. Aye.
I've got his second name. Basically, the Scottish Premier League's just about. It's just made of Rangers and Celtic. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Time to drop.
That's how it's a Farmers League.
Time to drop. Kane. No point played 2 speedy white forwards when Grandad's still in the centre circle, never in the box. Aye. Nigeria, yeah, Mrs. just said it. I don't blame Anderson. Drop England for Scotland. Yeah, he can play because his grandma's there from is Scottish. So, fair enough, Ian. Mate,
yeah,
did you?
I've just looked up to double check. His parents are Nigerian.
Did you meet Howe yesterday at the Great Northern? No, I didn't. But again, well done to those that took part. Southgate out, Bruce in. Well, Jesus wept. If Southgate was to leave and that he was the replacement, I think a lot of people would give up watching England together. If Steve Bruce was the next England manager. But yeah, again, it's just you go back to the Ukraine game. There was no one desire to win the game at all. It's Ukraine. They're not a great side. They've got some good players in, but again, they're not a fantastic team. So, and this is a European qualifier as well. And the Scotland game is just an international friendly. But I don't know.
I've got one player who should start tomorrow.
Who?
Fikayo Tomori.
Why is he not getting an England chance as well?
The way he's, I don't watch Serie A football. Mr. Sinclair if Mr. Sinclair's in the chat, he should let me know because I know he's a big Serie A fan. For what I've been hearing, he's had a decent start. He's been decent for AC Milan since he signed permanently from Chelsea.
Yep.
No international call up, but he gets one now. All of a sudden, against Ukraine, he's on the bench. He doesn't get a substitute. There's no player who there's no player. He's another player who can play for a different nation. He should be playing for. He can play for Canada.
Who?
Tomorrow, he can play for Canada because he was born there.
Mm.
He'll probably be in the same situation as Balogun in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously Balogun's went to play for the US. I feel like. Oh, thank you, Ben. So out if Tomori doesn't get a chance this international, that's him. I feel like he needs to go to Canada to play his international football.
Yeah. Southgate must be shouting bed. I feel for his wife. He always shags a missionary. He wife screaming for change tactics. Ukraine are better than you think. They're not a bad side, but they're England. It's a team that England should be beaten. I bet you a pint that Women's manager is the next England's men boss. The fact is, Andrew, the England women as one manager thinking, why should I leave the team I'm managing, who's doing well, got to a World Cup final, just shame they missed out on it, to go to a team like now and thinking, why should I ruin myself at the moment? Although she would probably select a lot more pairs, but I don't think she'd want to leave that she's doing now, Mason. She certainly wouldn't want to leave the job that she's doing. There you
I
are.
mean, if she gets there, she'll have a proper clear. And it's international football, but she'll get a whole lot of new players in.
Yep.
Because there's a few. Because I know she's good at bringing in younger players. If she looks at like the likes of, for example, Jacob Ramsey or Lewis Hall, she'll probably bring them in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, I'm up to. I'll bet you 10 it won't happen. I hope it doesn't. Yeah, but it's a stupid box ticking the country we live in, mate. Henderson, Maguire, Phillips, Sterling, England careers are over. Well, Henderson, yeah, absolutely. Maguire, absolutely. Phillips barely plays for Manchester City. Sterling's trying to get his form back on. And I gladly drink 10 pints, says Andrew Blow. You would. I wonder if Tony had a good break. I didn't know Tony had a good break, but if he has, hope he's enjoyed. And hopefully we'll see him back on the YouTube scene shortly. It will be me that drinks 10 pints, says Ian. I wonder why Tony's not done shows recently. Well, we'll find out. He's been having a break, so got any chance in there, mine, says Andrew. As well. But the fact is, Mason, we're not just looking at how negative England been under Southgate for just recent. It's pretty much the day since he's been appointed. Pretty much.
If it wasn't for what happened with Big Sam in that restaurant, we could have had a different England manager today. If it wasn't for him speaking his big mouth off in that restaurant, we could have seen him. We could have seen him as England manager, or we could have.
That we wouldn't have want to, but we replaced him, a poor manager, with another poor manager.
And Big Sam kept the Magnums up, but
you look at Southgate. He took Middlesbrough down.
Exactly.
He took Middlesbrough down, didn't he? So yeah.
And if Big Sam was manager, he would have every single international break we had. He probably would have had Jermaine Defoe in that team.
Yeah,
which is I would happily have it. But it was his age. He was fighting relegation with Sunderland, the same with Pickford. But at the end of the day, Defoe is still a really, really good striker from his Tottenham days.
Well, he was back then.
Portsmouth days. But when he went to Sunderland, that's why he went to the MLS for Toronto, because he was finished in the Premier League. Yes, he scored a few good worldies, but he was finished.
Yeah, absolutely. So Allardyce could add more time, even though we don't rate him. But yeah. I know where we're coming from with this as well. But again, it's just, what does Southgate tells these players before they go out on the pitch?
Sit back, don't out, don't go forward as much. I just want you to sit back, or you won't be in my team for the rest of the tournament or the international break.
Ian says, let's call it 10 each, which entirely invalidates the bet, but who cares? So, yeah. Southgate got England relegated in the Nations League. Yep, that's another one. I mean, do you look at that Nations League, how abysmal we were in that tournament as well. You've got to look 4-0 off Hungary. There was another one. 4-0. Hungary of all people.
And I had a racist bastards, but they were a better team on the day.
But still, look how they absolutely wiped the floor with us.
I don't know if Szoboszlai was playing, but they had a fucking League One player in the team, man, who had just got relegated with Barnsley.
Who was that
from the
again?
Championship. Colin Stiles.
Yes. I hope you know what a baller you have.
Getting beat off
Chelsea
a team
fan. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Mason.
With a team who had a League One / relegation team in the Championship. Come on, you should be doing better than that, man. And he was born in Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
So he can play for. He's not one of these players who can jump on the bandwagon family bandwagon because his grandma was from Hungary. So that's how we can play for Hungary.
Yeah. Chelsea Mitchie says, hope you know what a baller you have. Hall, Chelsea fan, has got thoughts, PD. I'm looking forward to see what Lewis Hall can do. I think the fact is, if you'd kept him, he would have been further down the pecking order because who at Chelsea are bought in now that season. So Lewis Hall wouldn't have got much of an opportunity. Southgate can mold the team with a wheelbarrow full of cocaine, says the Wolfman. England will go foreign after Southgate. The only real English candidate is Eddie Howe, and he's going nowhere, says Ian. Yeah, I think the fact is, I wouldn't mind seeing another foreign manager, like we've had with Ericsson, like we've had with Capella as well. Do you think we should look around there? I mean, who could be the ideal choice if Southgate was to leave after his final tournament? Oh, I think Mason's froze there, I think. Oh, is he there? You there, Mason? Well, I think Mason's thinking a bit. Yeah, I think he's freezing again, so... Southgate's spineless football couldn't motivate anyone. He has demoralised that squad, zero ambition. Yep, he has completely. Brian, didn't Southgate take Middlesbrough down? Yep, seen it in this show as well. Should be fined, Southgate. Or before you mean should be, hope you mean an A. Yeah, but he should be fined. Yeah, he did. Yep. Hi, Paddy Mason. All hope you well. Coffee should have to be English manager. Makes no sense being foreign. The fact is, Jake, who could be the one to replace? Are you back, Mason?
Aye.
So yeah, I mean, what was I was saying before? Should England go after a foreign manager after Southgate, or should they be keeping it English managers only?
English managers. And I know who I would take. This manager, Graham Potter.
Could he do it in England?
I think he will. And he didn't do it at Chelsea because obviously because we're going through a shit patch, mud buff, shit patch, whatever you want to call it.
Even Wolfman says Potter, Mourinho, or Mancini.
I feel like we should go for Potter because he's the only English manager I know who's out of job.
Yeah.
And I think if he works with if he gets more young players in, I feel like he'll work with them more. Obviously do the right model. And if he does that and gets decent players in who are on form, Mr. Southgate will be a better team.
Yep, I would be mad if we change our stadium to Adidas Arena at St James's Park. I can't see that happen.
No.
The talk is Potter, but I mean, come on, Zebri is sort of doing better, and he was a disaster at Chelsea. Yep. If England played at St James, would you go? Oh, Jesus, wept. Would I go? See, I don't think I've ever watched the England national team for ages live.
I went to the last friendly. I don't know if I said it, but I went to the last friendly when I was up here against the Aussies and all that. When we obviously Rashford made his full England debut and all that. We were a much better team against it. Look who was the manager of Australia at the time. Ange Postecoglou.
Yep.
I mean, we look at a better team against one of Ange Postecoglou's teams. Even we had even Roy Hodgson was manager still then. He only left because we had not got knocked out with the Euros by Iceland.
Where would you think new key play haulers? He wants to be midfielder, PD. I think he'll be playing a left back, Lewis Hall. No more foreign tried that. They were shouting English all the way. Well, it didn't work with Sven Goran Eriksson much. It didn't work with Capello in the World Cup 2010. The Brighton model was basically Dan Ashworth, not Potter. It was, wasn't it? Kane basically manages the now. We need a strong manager who could drop big names and play a cohesive team. That's what we definitely need. No says, yeah, but Brighton is still going. No Potter yet. Everyone should have to be from the same country, players, managers, club, etc. Yep. Oh, Ben, I hope this is a joke. Oh, Roy Hodgson was awful. Oh, I'm sorry, but Roy Hodgson was awful. 2040 World Cup. What a shambles that was. We finished bottom of the group. We didn't get out of that group stage, did we? I did get started as well with Euro 2016. Iceland, of all teams, as well. Iceland. What does that tell you? God, Roy was terrible. Anybody hope we get turned over by Scotland just so he can get sacked? Oh, God.
Imagine if he does get sacked, everybody will be having a fucking street party.
They probably would, but I think we know he's going to get his final tournament, which will be the Euros next year, isn't it?
Aye.
Even Roy Hodgson, he was terrible. He was better before Hodgson. He was my favourite. Well, he just certainly didn't work for England. Gareth Ballgates is the P. Yeah. Personally, I bring Mike Bassett. He got us to the semis. Or would Mike Bassett coming back? Now, hope for Wilson Atrick gets his confidence up, says Jake. Well, hopefully. If they ain't sacking him, he's a yes man. I think he'll be gone in the last tournament. Steve Bruce makes Southgate look like Pep Guardiola. Oh, Jesus. And Andrew says he'd rather have Roy Cropper. Bloody hell. Yep. But again, let's talk about all the other tournaments that we've been in under Gareth Southgate. Again, people will say the World Cup. We got to the semi-finals. But the fact is, look at the group we had in the group stages. We had Panama, Tunisia, Belgium, which we got beat by. I mean, then you look at who we got in the knockout stages. Colombia. We had to go through penalty shootout to win that game.
I think it was Baca coming up for Colombia. If he had just scored his penalty, we would have been out with that World Cup. If he had just scored his penalty, we would have been out.
That was it. Maybe could have done, yeah. But again, and who else after that? Fair enough, we beat Sweden. But again, I don't think Sweden were probably the team is probably the way. But we did well to beat them in that game. But we look at Croatia, a team who survived 120 minutes plus the penalty shootout against Russia was in before they met us in the semi-final. We took the lead. What did we do? We sat back on it. We didn't look for a second goal, and look what happened. Croatia go and get 2 goals, and it was enough to take them through.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Croatia have quality side team, but England do have a little bit of a good strengthening side. In that game, England should have been a lot better.
Yeah.
And what do we do? You've just said it. We sit back every single time. That's what we did against the Italians, man.
Again, we'll go to that. The Euros. Okay, we get to the final. It's Italy. Again, what do? We take the lead. We sat back. We take it to a penalty shootout. And our penalties were shit in that game. Apart from Kane, who scored a great goal. Maguire, of all people, scored a cracking penalty. But we looked at the other people who missed. We look at Rashford, who missed. We looked at Sancho, missed. And Saka, who missed as well. And that resulted in Italy winning the Euro 2020. I mean, and again, you look at other people who could have probably who wanted to take a penalty shootout, and they probably could have scored that.
I mean, it was. I thought Italy were going to win that game, but somehow we scored in 90 minutes, 90 seconds. Then after that, we sit back. Then they equalise. And then we go to a penalty shootout, bottle it in net, bottle it then. And then Italy win the Euros. And then we should have a statement after. And now after the game, saying that Gareth Southgate has resigned or has got the sack. Now it's happened since then.
No,
he bottled it, man. With first final in 50 fucking years. And what does he do? He bottles it. When we go up, he generally goes and sits back, man.
Last was it Sir James's prof friend was against Azerbaijan. It was, wasn't it? To be fair, Roy tried to fight a 20-year-old a few weeks ago. Fair play, he did, but he was terrible as England manager. Roy Hodgson, Christ, we got done by a freezer shop. We did. We nearly won the penalties, but Italy beat us on penalties. They did. I watched the World Cup in Northern Spain, played twice with Stoke. The Panama game was close. We lost 3 fine margins are the thing. I could take England to a World Cup final. Could I win it? Probably not. Southgate Euro 96 penalty should have had him banned from the England team. I remember that against Germany in Euro 96. I think whoever is next England manager, I think we need to reset the squad, which is needed. I totally agree with that as well, Brian. That needs to completely reset that England team. I blame Rashford and Saka and Sancho for it. Do you know what? I blame Southgate more for putting the players in that order to taking the penalty shootout.
Chip,
Southgate.
I think you heard it on the Toon Review earlier on.
Yeah.
Chip has said he had put 3 players on who hadn't kicked the ball in that game. What does he do? Brings them on for the penalties and they miss.
Yeah, that was it. Southgate serious sore loser. We never get a better chance in the game against Italy as well. A final home turf game as well. Channel ultimately the manager takes the blame. It's his job. Look what happened to Roy after the Iceland game. He immediately handed his notice in. Southgate then selected them penalty takers for political reasons. Wanted to send a message about BLM. War clown, absolutely. Which 2 players would you take from England's squad for Newcastle? Wow.
Bellingham and Saka.
Yeah, Saka, cracking player as well. Southgate will always be synonymous with that penalty miss. We can't win a trophy with someone like that as manager. Yep. Let's not forget it. It was a shite early squad failed to qualify for the World Cup. Before after that, Southgate should have been sacked at the final whistle, and he's killing all of our talent. Yeah, I take more than 2. Cloggy, hope you're well, Cloggy. As well. And Foden and Rice, up 2 players I would take. Say Phil Foden is cracking. Rice will become a better player at Arsenal as well. Right, and now we go on to the last tournament under Southgate. Well, not the nation squad, but of course. Was the nations before the World Cup, wasn't it? Was it? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't remember either. It was.
It was the nations first, wasn't it?
Aye, because we got beat off Hungary. I remember now.
Got beat off Hungary. We were shocking in that tournament.
Who else did we get beat off as well? I can't remember.
Italy beat us, I think.
I think so. I remember we were playing Hungary, Molyneux, and another one at Wembley.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna have a look at who it doesn't let me go. Oh, it's not. Oh no, yeah, we did get beat off Italy 1-0 over there. Yeah, I'm just it doesn't let me go back to them, unfortunately. So, but yeah, we were shocking in that tournament as well.
No way.
Southgate has no credibility as manager. The team don't believe in me. He has no pedigree or prospect. He doesn't. Rice was dog shite the other day. Maybe not the greatest, but you need him in to protect the back four as well. The Nations League needs to be canned, awful tournament, awful format. Yep. I agree, Japanese. Agree what it's all about the money greed. Yep. So we did talk about the Nations League and how shite we were in that. We've got relegated down to the next division. So, and now we go on to the World Cup of last year. I mean, who did we play? First game, Iran. We won 6-2. Or we would definitely expect to beat them as well. But then we look after that, 0-0 against USA. USA. Again, just boring, negative, watching paint dry football it was in that game. Okay, we beat Wales 3-0. Okay, fair enough. And then we go on. I think Mason's froze again. And then we go on to the last 16. Okay, we beat Senegal. It was 3-0. So we did win that. And then Southgate should just go home and watch Downtown Abbey, says Brian and Jockneys. And then we were seeing Mason again, who we played in the World Cup. I think Mason's froze again. I still need to get myself a black and white kit. It's better to wait for Adidas.
Yeah,
Should I buy this? Yeah, I can hear you, Mason. But you must be very laggy. Let's buy this season's story kit. Do what you want, Coffee. It's up to you what you want to do. If you want to get the kits a season, feel free to do. So I've got them, so there you go. Yeah, we'll just wait for Mason to come back and then we'll discuss the rest of the games in that World Cup under Gareth Southgate as well, the last World Cup. You back again, Mason? Is story quality good? We've got some good designs, Coffee. It's just hope the sizing's right. That's the problem, because it's not always right. I think Mason may be having internet. You there back again, Mason? Oh, I think you're very laggy, Mason. Oh, you back there, Mason? Mason, you there?
Can you have us?
Can hear you now. Is it working now?
Can you?
Yeah, I can hear
Is
you.
it?
Hopefully it is now.
Nice one.
Right, we were saying,
Hopefully.
Mason, when it come to France in the quarterfinals of the World Cup last year, France were there for the taking, weren't they? And look what happened.
Either way. I mean, they were definitely for the taking.
France didn't play that well. Neither did Mbappe in that game as well.
They didn't.
They score a good goal.
Disappointing.
I mean, they score cracking goal. Yep.
They went in front. We scored a penalty, and then after that penalty, we sit back as usual.
The fact is, we couldn't even score a goal from open play against them. Had to take a penalty to get the equaliser. What happens?
That's definitely a red dot. Now I'm watching the Wales game. Lafayette could be doing the 10.
All right.
Now, what were you seeing again?
I mean, the fact is, Mace, as I mentioned, that Italy game, we couldn't even score from open play against France in that game as well.
It was embarrassing. Luckily enough, I couldn't watch majority of the Euros because I only watched bits of it because of work. And yeah, for what I've seen the last 15 minutes of the Wales game, the first half of the Iran game, the first half of the Iran game, I think we dominated them. But obviously,
yeah, which you expected to.
I was a neutral. I would have been a neutral for the Wales game. And when I watched the last 20 minutes at work, we're back to our normal selves. We just sat back and we didn't look like scoring.
No, we didn't, did we?
I mean,
we got a penalty to get us back in the game, didn't we?
Aye.
What do? We let a cross come into the box. And who was there, even though he's 30, how old now? Giroud of all people. No one picks him up and he scores and makes it 2-1 to France.
He's still, to be fair to Giroud, I think he still had it.
He did, didn't he? I mean, at third well into his 30s, he still got it. And look how that goal was enough. The fact is we had another penalty, but we missed. Harry Kane blasted it over the bar, which should have given Southgate to think, right, I either need to take Harry Kane off or I need to bring on someone to give him a bit of support.
The thing is, right, he didn't bring on Wilson for majority. He only had Wilson on for spells. That was it. He didn't even stop. I didn't know if he started him or not.
He didn't. First game he came on against it was Iran. He came on in the second half, and I think the other game, I think it was Senegal. I might be wrong. It was either Senegal or Wales, which is when he then came on.
Aye. I mean, it's not good enough. Like when you just have one striker constantly playing, starting them and all that. You've seen it with Wales. Constantly starting different strikers, but when you have with England, you only start one. When with Wales, you've got obviously we're playing Brennan Johnson up top of the night, but we've still got Tom Bradshaw. We've still got Tom. I think he's the only one, but we've still got we've got a good decent attack. Whereas England, it's just the same. When we're Wales, it's constantly changing, giving lads a chance. That's what Southgate should be doing.
Yeah, and the fact is, bringing on Jack Grealish with the last kick of the game.
I mean, what was the point in that? Seriously?
I don't get it.
The bloke's just clueless. At the end of the day, the bloke is just clueless.
Covey says I need to get mine delivered overseas, and it's going to be a pricey. Oh, how far? Whereabouts overseas are you? Are you Coffee?
I think he's based in India. He's based in India.
Kane should not have taken the second penalty, says Wolf. What do you think about the new Salah stacked its own design for? It looks really good, doesn't it?
It looks all right. If I can't get away games and they're putting the games on there, I would go there just for the atmosphere, to be honest.
I'll be cracking like a Giroud over Kane, says the Wolfman. Southgate, it shouldn't be a manager anywhere. We need an England Eddie Howe style manager for England, just as long as Eddie Howe doesn't go to England and he stays with us. Yes, India Coffee is saying.
I think he said he was from India, and I think it was Tony's show, one of Tony's shows a few months ago.
I can't remember.
I think he said on Tony's show, one of Tony's shows.
But yeah. So, yeah, well, then there you are. But yeah, that's it. I mean, and again, back to Southgate. So again, after the Euros, it just. I mean, other games have looked at, but they are teams which should be beaten as well. Who else have played in games as well? So, there you are. But again, the football was dreadful against Ukraine. I mean, and we've got Scotland next. I mean, all we can say, we'll probably say, is that the Premier League cannot come quick enough now.
I can't wait for Saturday. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to this week. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. I'm just looking forward to being back at the cathedral on the hill on Saturday.
Shane, I'm missing it because I'm on an aeroplane, unfortunately. But I just hope when I step off that plane into Lanzarote Airport and I'm looking at my phone and all, I hope I'm just seeing his 3 points afterwards.
Aye.
So, yeah.
I just want to quickly, before we finish, because there's just been breaking news this evening. What's everybody's thoughts on this man? Could potentially be retiring.
Oh, something to do with doping, isn't it?
And he could be retiring because of it.
Wow, that's a funny, strange one, that one. But wow, interesting.
Yes, apparently he is on the verge of being suspended for 4 years.
4 years? Wow. That's crazy, that, mind you.
Aye.
Yeah, well.
I just wanted to bring it out and just just want to see what. I was going to keep it till Friday, but I just wanted to ask because with it being that big.
But we'll probably get that on Friday's show as well, because there'll be quite a few things to discuss on Friday as well. So much for performance enhancing drugs. He should ask for a refund. Eddie Howe was forever a Newcastle manager. He could be the legend right after Sir Bobby Robson. Absolutely, Yabba. Let's hopefully he will be as well. So there you go. Just hopefully the lads can fix it around for Saturday, and that's the main thing. As well. So yeah, the Premier League cannot come quick enough, and neither can the Champions League as well.
A week tomorrow.
Yes, a week tomorrow, isn't it?
Aye.
Oh my word.
Which I'll probably be doing the preview for, so.
And the watch along as well?
Nah, I'm at the Gates game.
Oh, yeah, the Gates, that's right.
I'm gonna try and get down my phone whilst I'm on my way to the stadium.
No, fair enough.
But, so I probably will do a preview on Monday just to let you all know.
Yeah, and the match review and the player rating
and
show.
The match review on Sunday.
Yeah, of course, we'll be doing the preview for Brentford this week, myself and Mason. So we'll still have 2 shows before I head away. So we'll still have the preview which we'll do on Thursday. And of course, the crazy show will be on Friday night still as well. So that'll be the last show that I'll be appearing on before I jet away. And as I mentioned, I might do some videos when I'm out there as well, just to, as well. And Yabba says 4-0 to us on Saturday. Wow. So there you are. But yeah, Scotland game. I mean, I don't know what's really this. It's a friendly, as it is. It's going to be. It could be a feisty game, but it all depends how Gareth Southgate goes into this game as well, and if Southgate just persists with his paint dry football, and then God knows. The Sign Man charity game at the weekend was nuts. Mark Goldberg was manager for YouTube All Stars. Bloody hell, man!
I've seen that.
I've not seen that as actually. So so there you go. But what do you think's going to happen in the Mace? What do you think the score's going to be in the Scotland-England game tomorrow up at Hampden Park?
2-1 Scotland.
Wow.
Because I can't see us win that game tomorrow, unfortunately.
Jesus, whipped. I mean, game kicks off at
7:45, I believe.
Yes, it is 7:45. So a game live from Hampden Park in Glasgow as well. But yeah. Oh, yeah, I was going for England 1, Scotland 7. Oh. Do you know what? It could actually maybe wouldn't surprise me in a way as well. They played the game at West Ham Stadium, or did they?
I played there, aye.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, is that when Scotland will win 4-1? Jesus. I mean, if I could be bothered, I'll watch it. But International breaks now are just, but we know what we feel like about them now when we know we cannot watch our beloved club to play on the day and we're having to watch paint dry, what Chippers likes to say, just rubbish football. It just reminds you of a certain manager we used to have who used to play that kind of football as well. Yeah, Mason.
Sorry, I was just looking at my phone. Yeah, just shows you what England are going through. It's just like Newcastle pre-takeover, just defensive football, sit right at the back, 5 at the back. It's just embarrassing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go on. Oh.
Defeat to Scotland should pressure on Southgate to leave. Do you know what it should do? I agree.
Oh, should do.
In a way, it should. Who cares? Bring on my land, says Ian. Why? Absolutely. A week tomorrow, off to Italy. So that would be cracking, wouldn't it? But England game, I don't think a lot of us are looking forward to it.
Nah.
As well. So just to watch rubbish football, which under this current manager, as well. So, but I mean, if England do win the game, then fair enough. But I mean, I just would rather watch we would just rather want to watch Newcastle play, our beloved club play. That's what we all want to watch out there. So I can see Tonali destroying them. It often happens, says Ian. Wow. Southgate trying to win games with the power of friendship. Yeah, that's what it's all about with him as well.
It is.
But yeah, this international break cannot finish quick enough now. And yeah. And even the Wolfman says, tomorrow's result doesn't matter. We all know we can't win the Euros under Southgate, and we are just wasting time, says Wolfman. Yep, we are in a way, aren't we? England win it, time for me, period. Oh, Jesus, Yabba.
Oh, God.
I dread to think what comments you're going to come up with on Friday's show. I really dread to think what you've got lined up for Friday night. As well. So, because I presume I'll have a lot to discuss on Friday night as well. So there you are. But yeah, the weekend just kind of come quick enough, can it? Well, in a way for me as well, because I'm also on holiday. But just great to see Premier League football back as well. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, just our lads turn it around and we get the win on Saturday. They specialise for the show, says Yamaha. We dread to think we had all the stuff about a 6 is winding me up a bit. We finished 4th last season without a 6. Yeah. Yes, we remember that as well. So yeah. So yeah, that's right, Ian. We did. Still time for the lads to turn around on Saturday. So there you are. Right, so we're going to draw the show in just a few moments as well. So of course we'll let everybody know. So you've said 2-1 to. So you've said 2-1 to Scotland for Mason tomorrow, and who's getting a goal for England and Scotland?
Kane for England and for Scotland. John McGinn and Lyndon Dykes.
Okay. And but he says, but I will not pick on Chippers. For me, I'm going to say it's a 1-1 draw. Kane for England and probably John McGuinn for Scotland as well. So there you are. England break. This international break cannot finish quicker enough now. So there you are. We'll be back to the proper thing come the weekend as well. Kane and Anderson, 7 up. The fact is Anderson's pulled out. Yabba. Ellie Anderson pulled out because of an injury. So there you are. But 1-1, I'm going to say. We have the 2 of the best mids in the world. They can both play 6. We just need to give them time. The people slagging them off will be praising them in a few months' time. Absolutely and totally agree. So, yeah, I've mentioned we'll probably not be doing a watch-along for the game tomorrow night as well. But I will let you know what we got coming out on the rest of the week. So, Thursday will be the preview for the Brentford game with myself and Mason. Around about 8 o'clock or on Thursday. And, of course, I'll be not at the game, but hopefully with 3 points, we're smiling. Next day, Mason will do the rematch review and the player rating show. And Mason, of course, will do the preview as well for the AC Milan game away at the San Siro on the Monday night as well. So, and he'll do the match review and the player ratings for that as well. So that's what so far we got coming up.
Man United are considering a shock move for Anwar El Ghazi.
All right.
Because for what's happening with Anthony and Sancho, they're after El Ghazi. They're after El Ghazi.
El Ghazi. Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus wept. Okay. But yeah, so that's what we got coming up. So Thursday, me and Mason will be back for the preview for the Brentford game, and we'll be back on Friday night for the crazy football show as well. And that's when then Saturday I get away, and Mason will be taking on we'll be taking over the live shows for the next week, for the rest of next week as well. So, although I should be back for the Sheffield United watch along, which will look most likely be doing that as well. So there you go. So Shite 7, England, Pickford 7, Scotland 1-4. Well, Bruno and Tonali, Bruno, that is one hell of a mid. Yeah, absolutely. They've got to gel at some point together. That's all we can say. So you see, and Yabba says get in Mason. So I think Yabba's just said like what you've just said there, Mason, as well. So yeah, so there you are.
What's this England score for tomorrow?
Or about who Man United are apparently being linked with because of what's happening to Anthony and Sancho.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed tonight's show, remember to hit the thumbs up if you have really enjoyed. Please do for those because it does help us keep up the search results as well. And of course, that subscribe button, of course, please, if you're brand new at the channel or if you're not yet subscribed and you really do the content going on this channel, please subscribe. It is completely free to do so, and it really does help make the channel grow as well.
Fucking hell.
Go on then.
Good evening, Granny.
Oh, Granny's in, but we're wrapping up the show, I'm afraid, Granny. So you'll have to catch her on the rerun as well. So there you are. So again, please remember, hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you're not yet subscribed, or if you really enjoy the content going on this channel, do hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do so. And this is what's helping the channel grow as well. Of course, remember to hit the bell notification because it will let you know whether it's a live show or a pre-recorded video on the day as well. So the bell notification to let you know on the day whether it's a live. So you will be notified as always. Feel free to donate still if you would like to do so. And if you want to consider becoming a member for only just 99p a month for this channel, just hit that join button to become a member on this channel. And if you are a member of this channel as well, you will be put into a prize draw as well. So again, if you want to be within the chance of that, your chance to become a member of this channel as well. Name me a better partnership in the Premier League than Brunali. For it's a hard one, isn't it? Evening, Mason and PD Proud, says Granny. Granny's in bit time. Bye, PD, Mason. All cheers, so much coffee for tuning in. There we go. Well, guys, enjoy the rest of your night, whatever you're doing. I mean, Mason will catch you back on Thursday night for the preview. Until then, guys, we shall see you later. Take care. How are the lads? Good night, everyone.
Take care, everyone.